tryna take it down, place for. You just scoring mines, best the bar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watch list coming into January 6, 2019, and the stock market is going to go crazy. And I say this, and it's going to be an exciting one because we have the first official start of the year. This is going to be our first full week. How history has repeated itself, so, whether it be 2017 coming into 2018 or 2018 coming into 2019, we usually start to see a certain setup. And now with everything going on right now with the Middle East, what we saw on the last Friday, end of 2020, or 2019, it's going to be very, very fascinating to watch. So there's going to be a few things. I got the keys for tomorrow. I got the plays that we made yesterday or last week coming into this week. And then I have a few companies and just general broader ideas that I want to be looking at. So let's get into that. But before we do that, you guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. It's the first link in the description, and it is pinned in the comments. We better see you there in the morning. So this is the first official. I think we're going to see everybody come back now to the markets. Businesses are starting up, no more short weeks, so I hope you guys are ready. So good morning right now. I'm going to see you there tomorrow, but now don't forget the most important thing you need to do. Post your watch list below. Let us know what you're looking at. If you got any plays, comments, ideas, anything, source that information and post it below. We're going to go over that in the morning. So now let's get into it. Right off the bat, the first key, as we said, this is going to be our first full week back. So we are going to start to see positioning. So we've talked about this last week coming into the end of the year. This is that great rotation, and there's going to be rotation breakout. So this even puts some of the plays we played last week. Those are going to be good to be watching and play, but now also, too, we have to watch for the Iran escalation because this is still going to be an issue. I'm shooting this video a little early. I'm expecting by the time futures open up, and we start to see stuff, the main thing I'm going to be watching for either tonight or tomorrow morning, it's going to be oil futures. There was other activity today. What's going on in Iran and Iraq and all that stuff. Apparently, there was bombs inside the green zone near the U.S. base, so that could have an effect. But like I said in that one video over the weekend, how we're going to be able to confirm that is by looking at the price of oil in any of the futures. So that's going to be important. That's what I'm going to be watching for. And again, the Iran escalation is going to be important, but really up into the degree of how the market even melts up. So again, coming into the start of the year, after this first full week, this is when stocks and people start to position and we start to see moves. So if we are going, you could see the market hasn't really came down. We're in this area. So this is what we want to watch for. If this is something serious, you'll see the market move, or it might move up a little bit at a time. But if the market starts to hesitate because of global tensions, you will start to see the market move a little bit different. So that's what I'm saying. This week could be very crazy because we are going to get to, again, confirm our geopolitical issues of concern, or are we going to see the market really kind of do its thing at the beginning of the year and brush this off as, again, we haven't really seen too much retaliation just yet, but like we're saying, or like we've talked about, this situation is very early on, so we have to see how that ends up, again, eventually playing out. So watch that. I still am expecting upside, though, in the general market, again, unless we start to see that this is truly an issue. So that being said, as far as the strategy goes, there's a few different industries to watch, but even in general, how to play it, get time, both on your calls and puts. I made a video about leaps over the weekend. That's one thing, but again, in this 2-week period, this is how we've seen most of the 2019s, or excuse me, most of the beginning of the years open up. They have this period where after this first week, they really start to move. So if they're, again, with some of these negative political tensions, that could slow down the rate, but you want to get time. So if you miss out of one of these run-ups, or if the market kind of acts slow this first week or halfway through this first week, you'll get something that'll catch the second or third week after that. So again, there is stuff that could be taken as negative in the midst of all this, but pay attention with time. So even like we're saying with the puts, get time. So I even have a put play that I made on Friday to account for any of this negative stuff that could happen with Iran, because I do think this is a serious or a bigger issue. But the key with playing any of that is going to be going cheap and getting time. So watch out for that in general. Make sure you guys are watching the time on the contracts. And again, understand as this news is digesting, you have to find that sweet spot with time and again, be able to interpret how soon or how long it's going to take for event and news and other things to play out. So we watch that. You could even watch, Boeing stock is a great example of that, and see how you could take the advantage of that and use that to your benefit. So watch that. But now, as far as industries, I am going to be watching certain stocks that are going to rotate tomorrow. I think we're going to see, again, a lot of rotating and positioning this next week and the week after that. But watch defense and watch oil to make moves. They didn't make too big of a move. Defense did. Defense, Lockheed, Raytheon, NOC, those had crazy moves last week. Again, in the scope of everything, they clearly sent a message. Watch for that to either continue, watch for that to kind of slow down, let the market catch up, and then it continues. But then also watch oil too. The oil stocks could have done a lot better. So they had that pop, they came down. But watch there, I think there could be some lagging plays in these two industries that we could take advantage of, find the frogs, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, let us get into the plays. And I'm using a brand new mic today, so that's why the sound, I think, just changed. I'm playing with it. I got to figure out how it was. But, yeah, right off the bat, let's talk about the plays we made. So, as far as even on the bullish side, I still like the Amazon and the Facebook plays. Remember, we have those debit spreads. And again, this Iranian stuff brought it down. So if they are going to catch up, they're probably going to make another second run if the market is able to brush those off. But I still like those Amazon debit spreads and the Facebook spreads on the call side. But now as the put side, I opened these two plays the other day. I did a January 17th UVXY call. This is a buy the 1650. Man, Robinhood's killing the computer here. But buy the 1650, sell the $20 call. I bought that at 24 cents. So this one has a $300 max gain, and we spent $24 on it. So it's good. It gives us time. And I bought these plays. I said it. I spent, and then I get the other play I got. It was another $5 play, but that only covered till next week. But again, I'm getting exposure to any downside if this Iranian stuff does. Again, it's going to take days to play out, but it's seeing. And then if it doesn't, Facebook and Amazon, a lot of people were saying, yeah, they would have killed it. If this Iranian stuff didn't come out, these were already having some good moves, so we would have probably expected them to move a lot. So watch both of those plays. Those are the two plays I opened. It was about $30. Then besides that, we're still holding our Intel plays from last week. I still like those. We lost on that Microsoft credit spread. That could be another one to watch, and that's pretty much it as far as the ones that we're in. Now, as far as the plays I want to play, again, watch Facebook and watch Amazon. Facebook closed above that 209. That was important. Amazon gave back some of the gains, but again, that debit spread we have is playing into earnings, so they've been a lagger, and I want to see how does Amazon even open up 2019. Again, how people position themselves in 2019, coming in. I want to see how they open up 2020 because how they position themselves in 2019, they were kind of a lagger here, so we want to see what they do and how anything from tax losses or all that stuff could factor in. So watch Amazon. I like them a lot. Then AMD, theirs is a specific play. I brought this up. This is the one I'm looking to frog. Remember, we sold out of the January 17th $50 contract, so we sold out of these at $1. They went up to $1.50, but essentially I'm waiting for these to kind of come down and hoping we could frog them. But AMD's in a great place. I'm going to be watching them. They're at a key level there too. So watch the rotation element. Then I'm going to be watching Snapchat. I might even buy some Leap contracts like I made that video on talking about yesterday, or I am probably going to try to see if we could get more shares, but I'm going to get a little patient with it. But I'm watching them, and now watch them in the sense of rotation coming into tomorrow. Pay attention to how Snapchat has moved during some market environments, and that is what I want to look for. I want to find the companies that are rotating. So there's going to be certain companies in play that are going to have that. So before I finish those, I guess I'll keep it on the same topic. Some of those companies are going to be like Roku and Shopify. Remember, you guys are seeing now it's even coming down. And again, Disney is added to that list as well, too. I think Shopify's done a little bit better, so they're not as much, but Roku. But you're going to see now, if we do start to see this Iran stuff kind of bring the markets down, pay attention to the stuff that goes up. And again, now one of those plays is going to be Starbucks. And that's the play that we made last week. We're still holding that one. That one has time again till like January 17th or January 31st, I think. But I would get time on these Starbucks. I'm still going to keep watching them. And now I want to see how they position themselves and how they get started here at the beginning of the year. So watch those. Watch the UVXY, like we said, Shopify too. Then HD and McDonald's. I just like that they're in this range. Again, you've seen how McDonald's has been that premium selling heaven. If it starts to break out here, this could also be a good one for rotation. So I do actually want to keep my eye on that and take a look at McDonald's. And then HD, I think this one will probably be good for the Iron Condor. Just kind of think about it. You see how McDonald's, they stayed down for a little bit and now they're moving. HD kind of moved more, but now it might getting set up in a range, so that could even be good for Condors. I'm going to be looking out for that. Then watch Boeing. Don't forget about Boeing. And then I forgot to add another C at the end of there too. I think Boeing's an interesting place, and that's going to be affecting the Dow, and watch how that even compares to other defense stocks. But then also watch the banks. If the banks start to give up here, the banks start to rotate out, they could either be a lagger or a leader, so they could even show that they're going to lead the SPY downwards, or if the banks start to sell off and the SPY keeps going up, that's going to start showing a brand new divergence. So watch those. And then lastly, watch this rotation with the dividend stock. So maybe I'll talk about this tomorrow. It's kind of the rhythm now, and this is what's making sense with stocks like Starbucks and even McDonald's McDonald's in the rotation now. We're even going to come to a lot of companies paying dividends. I know Altria is already paying those. Abivai's coming up. AT&T's ex-dividends in a few days. They're going to start offering different moves, and there's going to be periods now where we're allocating money to certain areas. And again, the beginning of the year mixed with now some of these bigger dividend stock names being at all-time highs, we should be able to see this more. So watch out for some of these bigger names to see how they start to position themselves even for the next quarter or two. So that's pretty much it, but that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list below. Make sure we see you there in the morning. It's going to be the first week back, so you better be in the game. If you're not going to be in the game, you better just stay in the chat somehow, man. It's going to be good. Keep that armor polished and shining. Keep it positive. Set up some goals. Don't forget that long term. It's going to be a very, very fun year. Be on your toes. Get ready to source that news and keep your head on a swivel. We got a little taste of that on Friday, so that's pretty much it, baby. I love you all. I'll see you in the morning. Let's go.